Hi guys, it's me again, Michelle with Sissy Lala's Crafting Loft, and this is my second part of why I choose to purchase Cricut Monthly's Access subscription. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around and we're going to get started looking at some design space things. Okay, so here we are in Design Space, and a lot of the problem that people have with the Cricut Access is they're not exactly sure how to word things in looking for them. So if you grab a pen and piece of paper, or if you just bookmark this video, you'll be able to have a quick handy guide of how to word things. So we're going to go ahead and go to the images, and we're going to go up here to the search bar. And one of the fun ones is a swirl. S-W-I-R-L. And you can either do it single or you can do it as plural. And it will pull up all of these swirls. Anything that Cricut classifies as a swirl. This is very pretty, especially if you wanted to write something in the center of it. Okay, so everything that has the A tab is going to be free. These are all things that you get exclusive access to while using the Cricut Monthly Access. So here's a cello, and it has swirls coming out of it. So that's why it classifies itself as swirl. But there are many different options for just swirls, okay? So we're going to clear out our tab. And now we're going to search flourish, and that's F-L-O-U-R-I-S-H. Okay? I didn't type it. F-L-O-U-R-I-S-H. And hit enter. And these are all the flourishes, okay, that you have access to. This one is a print and cut. I personally have not played with print and cut yet. I do a lot of my own designing and splicing and welding together using pattern heat transfer vinyl. So I have not personally felt the need to dabble with print and cut yet. I think I might, just so that way I know how to answer the questions that you guys ask. So these are all what Cricut classifies as flourish. And there's so many different designs, you know, tons and tons and tons of different designs that are just classified as a flourish. And like I said, anything that has the A means that you have access to it with the monthly subscription. So we're going to clear it out again. And this time we're going to look for filigree. F-I-L-I-G-R-E-E. And once again, it brings up just a plethora of options for filigree. Okay. These are all things that Cricut considers to be a filigree. And another one is scroll, S-C-R-O-L-L. And it will bring up actual scrolls, but it will also bring these up. And you can also weld these just like we did the flourish on the word love. Okay. So you don't need, there's not too many scrolls, but there are still those ones that are there. And it's always good to know all the verbiage that Cricut uses in its classification. So now we're going to look up laurels, L-A-U-R-E-L-S. This is a big one. Oh, we're going to look up laurel. It's a big one where people often wonder what these are called. And a lot of people don't really know they're laurels. So there's your laurels. There's not a whole lot of them, but there still are enough to make it worth your while. Okay. So now we're going to look up wreaths, W-R-E-A-T-H-S. And since it's plural, it only brings up that one. So we're going to look up wreath. And these are all the wreaths that it will bring up. They are not all Christmas related wreaths, okay? There are tons and tons and tons of options out here when you're using the Cricut Access. Okay. The next one we're going to look up is a Baroque. B-A-R-O-Q-U-E. Baroque. It's like a baroque. You might know it from brocade. So you have a few options. And then we're going to look up another thing that's very good for designing right now and super popular and hot. It's arrows. Tons of arrows. And so I'm going to do a quick example on like this one because there are multiples in it. We're going to go ahead and click it and go to your insert images. You have all these arrows, but say you only want this arrow. What do? You're going to do what I went over in one of my first videos. You're going to go over to the corner and you're going to hit your contour button. And it's kind of time consuming to sit here and specifically, you know, click each and every one. So we're going to go to hide all contours. And it'll hide all but one. So we're going to go down to the arrow that we actually wanted. And we're going to highlight every little detail about that arrow. Okay. You got to make sure to get all the little things in it. And then we're just going to hide that guy. And then we're going to X out. And ta-da. You have that one arrow that you wanted. Very, very simple. It seems very hard and overwhelming when you're first starting out, but it is truly easy once you get the hang of it. So we're going to exit out and we're going to go back to our images so we can finish. We have 3 more. So those are your arrows. And like I said, there are just tons and tons and tons of arrows. And it'll also bring up like axe text. And I believe you can check like tribal as well. And it brings up some tribal art. These are things that you have access to. Okay. And it's no limit. There is absolutely no limit with the access. You can choose, you know, 1 or 500 in a month. And you can do it continuously and make all the designs that you would like to make. So that was tribal, T-R-I-B-A-L. And now we're going to look up corner, C-O-R-N-E-R. And it brings up not only actual corners, but it will bring up your decorative corners. Okay. And there are so many of them. Now we're going to look at frame, F-R-A-M-E. And once again, there are just tons and tons of frame options. And we're going to look up lace, L-A-C-E. and it brings up all kinds of intricate lace work. My card makers will like this because it brings up the things that you're wanting to use it, and it just, all these designs are free with your Cricut Access. You know, it pays for itself when you have these designs at times that, you know, are $4.99. But you don't have to worry about buying it because you have the subscription to Cricut Access. One thing that I didn't look up was borders, Boarders. So it only brings up 2, but you can look up border. And it will bring up actual borders, like skateboarders and snowboarders. But it will also bring up these really pretty borders. And like I said, it's all in the verbiage that you use with your Cricut. Once you're able to figure out the verbiage and how Cricut has things worded, it will make your usage of it significantly easier. Cricut is very user-friendly. You've just got to figure out how it is that they programmed it to be. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys do, is try to figure out the ease of the software and being able to maneuver and work your way through Design Space without having, you know, a meltdown, and without just getting entirely frustrated and wanting to throw this amazing piece of equipment out the window. If you like this video and would like to be able to see more, be sure to click subscribe. I hope I was able to help you guys understand the Cricut Access a little bit better. I will be making more videos soon. Have a great day.